We have historical headlines.
Okay, Austin, this one's really funny. Okay, Austin, do you like reading headlines?
Yeah, headlines are fun.
Okay.
It can be misleading, which is more funny also.
Do you... Okay, so I found these headlines, legitimate headlines from Time magazine back from like the 20s and 30s.
Oh, okay. Epic.
And these were headlines that they would put in their magazines as apparently very interesting information that deserved to be in a magazine. So I screenshotted a few of these, and I thought it would be very fun to do a quick little video and just read some of these headlines from the 30s.
Let's do it.
All right, the first one, it says Porky off Ocean Park, California. One Porky Jacobs sat in an anchored floating barrel, stuck out his bearded face after more than 100 hours, announced himself world's sit in a floating barrel champion. Time magazine,
That's so
bro.
funny. This guy broke a record that didn't exist and then made the world look at him. That's really funny. I am the barrel man.
I mean, hey,
the still standing barrel champion. That's funny.
That's the birth of fucking Guinness World Records.
I
dude.
fucking love that his name is Porky, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be damned, pigs can swim.
I like too the lingo they use. Stuck out his bearded face. Just like,
I am
look
the
at me.
champion.
All right, next up. In Asbury Park, New Jersey, a young lady hiccuped steadily for 12 weeks, then seized as suddenly as she began.
What is
Hiccuped.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's how you spell that?
For 12 weeks.
Oh.
Then suddenly seized as suddenly as she began. Time, this says at the bottom too.
That's horrible.
This says March 3rd, 1923, issue of Time magazine.
Dude, what horrible agony that
Dude,
must have
can you
been.
imagine you're just like, and then suddenly you're just,
Dude, trying to like eat or drink something. Just,
oh my God, I'm cured. For
you'd
12 weeks?
You'd never trust
Fuck
it either.
that shit, dude.
Imagine the next time you get hiccups, your heart's going to drop. Just like, no, not again.
Not,
Please.
not another 12 weeks.
Loads
What's that
pistol.
say? American Charles Osborne had hiccuped for 68 years. I would just kill myself. That's insane.
He got a Guinness World Record
He
for
got
suffering.
a Guinness World Record. Holy shit.
430 million hiccups estimated.
How is your diaphragm just not fucked?
Maybe he's ripped.
His like
He's got a fucking barrel chest.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's just got hella good at controlling him. He's like,
he's just doing kegels for his lungs, bro. All right, next up. In Brooklyn, a vague person telephoned police headquarters. There is something going on here, he said. 6 plainclothes detectives and 4 patrolmen went to investigate. Presently, the vague person again telephoned police headquarters. You'd better send more policemen, he said. There are a lot of men in the yard and they've got flashlights. They're policemen, he was told. They're not, he retorted. I can't see any uniforms. The detectives failed to discover something going on.
So the guy called the cops and then called the cops on the cops.
Yeah, from February 3rd, 1930. Is this newsworthy?
Yeah, I was about to say that's a funny thing to like. Who even found out about this and
This
wrote
guy
an article
is the
about it?
neighbor or something.
It was the
Just
old
like-
guy.
Yeah, he's like, I called the cops and they did nothing.
They didn't find shit.
And then there was more people.
Someone's been stealing my mail.
Have you seen the videos of the cops arresting undercover cops?
No, but that's pretty funny.
Oh,
pretty
it's
funny.
wild.
I'm on your side, bro. Chill.
Next up, in Coruna near Madrid, a mother and daughter simultaneously gave birth to sons. Gesticulating relatives swarmed about to inspect. Hearty toasts were drunk. The newborn nephew and uncle, who much resembled one another, were accidentally mixed up. The babies will never know their true relationship.
Unless they read this. Bro, what did they call them? Can you pull that back
Gesticulating?
up? Gesticulating siblings.
Yeah. That sounds not.
Gesticulating relatives.
Yeah.
Mom, I don't want to go to Christmas. My gesticulating relatives are there. Yeah, that's nuts. How do you know this? But they haven't been switched. They're just like, it's too far gone.
Right.
We can't do it.
They were switched, but like
I love this one. I don't even know him.
Next up, this one says spoons. In Norfolk, England, lives an old woman with 20 spoons. The handles of twisted silver, 10 small spoons, are made of the fingernails of her late husband. 10 large spoons of his toenails. That changed drastically.
Wrong with you? There was a woman with 20 spoons. Okay, and they're made from her dead husband's nails, dude. Yo, lead with that next time. It's just a woman with spoons. I don't care. I know hundreds of women with spoons. But they were made out of his toenails.
Oh my god. All right. Next up, in Biloxi, Missouri. I'm sure I butchered that. The United States Marshal was ordered by a writ of sequestration to seize and bring into court a 75-ton dead whale, as to the ownership of which there was a legal contest.
What does that mean? What did I just hear? There was just like a contest to see if they could find the biggest motherfucking whale ever.
No, so there was a 75-ton dead whale, and people were contesting the ownership of the whale.
Oh, okay.
And so the marshal ordered a sequestration to seize it and bring it into court.
How do you plead? That's funny too, because don't whales like explode sometimes?
Yeah.
It's just in the courtroom. Guilty. Oh my God, he killed himself.
All right, next. It says insomnia. In Los Angeles, the State Bureau of Furniture and Bedding Inspection was summoned by a man who suffered from insomnia to complain about his newly restuffed mattress. Inspectors ripped open the mattress, found it had been restuffed with a 5-pound slab of concrete, 4 old suits of underwear.
What? That last sentence is like on there, like, I don't, they're also 4 old suits of underwear. I don't know, dude. Dude, I love to think that like that guy did it and was like trying to do like fraud. He's like, there's something wrong with my mattress.
It's like when people take the videos of like,
filled with concrete.
There's a dead rat in my McDonald's drink.
Dude, did you see the guy did that with a lobster recently at Red Lobster? It was actually pretty funny. They get a full lobster at Red Lobster, and then as soon as they bring it out, he like pulls it off the table and brings out a live lobster of like the same size. He puts it down, and they're like, "Hey, like, I didn't know when I ordered this that the lobster would like still be alive. Like, is that how it's supposed to be?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" And he looks and he goes, "That's oh my God, that is not supposed to be like that." And he takes the live lobster, and the guy's like, "Oh fuck, like I didn't think he was gonna take it." And then they come back a little bit later, and they cooked his lobster that he brought in.
What? Just like
and served it to him. And the manager came out and was like, "Yeah, we're really sorry that it got put up on the tray to go out, and it wasn't supposed to be there." And they just like came up with a lie to cover their ass. And they cooked his lobster.
Also, this guy is just walking around with a live lobster in his backpack.
Yeah. Just for this TikTok or whatever, but they took his lobster and cooked it. It's
like his pet lobster. He's like, "Oh my God, my lobster!
I killed Larry."
Larry. Next, in Manhattan, a 250-pound woman laughed herself to death over the cinema Clarence.
I'm about to laugh myself to death over this headline, bro. Are you kidding me?
I've never known anything that was funny.
Let
named
alone a
Clarence.
fucking movie called Clarence. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Clarence.
Clarence.
That's honestly
crazy.
like hard as fuck. You laughed so hard, your body said nope.
Yeah, no more laughter.
Your life will never get better, and it just shut off. Like this is
Right,
the
like,
happiest
how does
moment of
that-
your
I've
whole
laughed
life.
pretty fucking hard.
Right, to the point that I've done that baby thing where I'm like,
What's the baby
like when they scream so hard they can't breathe. You ever seen a baby do that when it goes wah? It like comes back all of a sudden. You have to like hit him. It's quite frightening if you've never experienced it. You're just like, chill. They do it all the time.
When we were filming Musician Mansion, for the people that don't know, I passed out laughing so hard at that
Yeah, he
still
did the
frame
baby
of.
thing.
Oh, yeah. I was breathing into my monitor and suffocating myself.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, next up, Grand Whiskerino. In Chicago, assembled the annual convention of the International Association of Specialty Salesmen. Said their president, "This year we decided to find the man with the longest beard in the country to appear at our convention." He then introduced Hans W. Langseth, 77, of Barney, North Dakota. Mr. Langseth carries his 17-foot beard inside his waistcoat in a bag. The specialty salesman conferred upon him the title of Supreme Grand Whiskerino of the Universe.
Of the universe and perpetuity throughout the universe. That's crazy,
Have
dude.
you ever seen a 17-foot beard?
No, no.
That's crazy.
Dude, I love it. Well, I don't love it because it is kind of sad, honestly, but it is a fun thing to look at when people have just like I'm known for having the grossest thing, you know, like a long beard or long nails or a long like scab coming out of your head, and it's just like that sucks that becomes like your thing, to the point that it clearly affects your day-to-day life, but you're so like I gotta be the whisker champion, like what the Grand Turismo Whisker
Grand
Lord
Whiskerino.
throughout the universe, bro.
Throughout the known universe.
Yeah, they've ruined that man's life. He's never gonna shave. He's only gonna try to grow it longer.
17 feet is crazy.
Dude, if I'm the what was it, the Grand Wizard of Beards?
Grand Whiskerino.
Grand Whiskerino. I'm definitely hanging myself with that beard at the end of my life.
That's crazy.
That'd be the best way to go out.
Next up, Small World. At Albany, New York, one Hector Sinclair of El Dorado Con hurried into a second-hand bookstore. He had heard that the vendor possessed a copy of a work for which he had searched for over 50 years, the writings of the Jewish historian Josephus. Hector paid $2.50, opened his book, beheld his own name on the flyleaf, recognized the volume as one he had lost in 1872.
Damn.
Pretty wild.
It'd be funny if they left out that it's the same pawn shop. He just like it's just been there the whole time. It's not even like that crazy.
It's always been there.
He sold it when he was 12.
Next up,
It's funny.
Extraordinary Deed. At Newburyport, Mass., one Mrs. Ivy M. Beale received a letter from the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, concluding, "We therefore wish to present to you, in the name of our society, its medal as a token of our admiration and high regard for this extraordinary deed of humanity. Mrs. Beale did her deed last January. Sledding through the woods in Maine, her husband came upon an old mother bear, shot her, discovered a tiny cub between her paws. Mrs. Beale cried, 'Just like my own baby!' Snatched the cub to her breast, took it home, suckled it with her own infant, reared it until it became large and troublesome." Said Arthur Brisbane, Hearst editor, Romulus and Remus upside down. I don't know what that means. But, so the, her fucking Okay, do you understand the story? Like
they killed the bear's mom.
Yes.
And then stole it.
Yes.
And then made it suck her tit until
Yes.
it became troublesome and large.
yes, and then got a fucking medal for it.
The medal's crazy. I didn't even realize you said that part.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to end the natural way, which is they both get mauled to death.
Yeah, no. They got a fucking medal for it, dude.
That's crazy.
It's a little wild.
I don't even have words. I'm broken right now. It's absurd. It's unreal. I can barely keep it together.
Next up, vagrant goats. In Newark, New Jersey, citizens complained that 100 vagrant goats had taken possession of the freight yard district, butted the residents, overturned swill buckets, eaten clotheslines, rose bushes, awnings. Police, 5 dog catchers, 2 health department inspectors, Humane Society agents, a squad of detectives geared out with lassos and dog nets, harried the herd of whiskered miscreants and caught 9.
Dude, what?
It's just a bunch of fucking goats, dude. And the
It's
whole
all
village
goats.
comes together to try and like capture them, and they write a fucking article about it.
That's hilarious.
In 1924.
We got a goat epidemic, guys. We got to deal with this.
For real. Next, send off. In Manville, New Jersey, boisterous wedding guests pelted Joseph Lochka and bride with rice. Knocked Joseph Lochka out with a well-aimed 5-pound bag, revived him, and sped him on his honeymoon.
Yeah, I don't think, dude, that guy must have been drunk. You're not supposed to throw the whole bag of rice. You're supposed to take like handfuls. Good job. Congrats, bitch. Dude, that's crazy.
Next, doubtful dog in Chicago. Bim Albert dog was reported as being paid quarters and dimes for tidying the Albert premises, for minding the Albert car, for carrying the Albert market basket, for going to bed promptly, for not whining or barking or playing with other dogs. He was said to go to the bank with his weekly savings, deposit them with the teller, wait for his passbook, trot home. His balance was $68 with no withdrawals. He was saving against the infirmities of age.
First of all, with Paul's. What is the who like a guy taught this dog to like you're
Be
gonna
a
have
person.
you're gonna have a 401k one day, but you can't touch it.
Yeah.
Don't use it to buy cheeseburgers.
The dog's like, I have $68.
I can do what I want with my money.
Fuck yeah.
That's crazy. It's sad he didn't get to use his retirement fund,
Yeah.
but it is a good boy.
Yeah.
a good
Next
boy.
up, it's called Teeth.
I've seen this movie.
Matthias Blah of Chicago persuaded his wife Helen to have all her teeth pulled.
He persuaded her.
Then he refused to buy her false teeth because he said it was cheaper to feed her on soup than on solids. Mrs. Blah went to court, was awarded 2 sets of store teeth and at least a beefsteak a week. Judge Jonas told Mr. Blah that he had committed the meanest trick he had ever heard of.
That is hilarious. She got at least 1 steak a week. Like,
Yeah.
what a random thing to toss in there. And you must provide her a steak a week.
Yeah.
For the rest of her life.
And we'll give you some new teeth and throw in a steak.
I love that they're called store teeth. But you aren't getting good teeth. We'll get you store teeth.
Yeah.
Okay? We
You
got
don't
teeth
get the
at
good
home.
stuff. Yeah, we got teeth at home. Next, near Lexington, A.G. Bush, a veteran railroad engineer, was driving along in his engine, pulling a train. He sneezed suddenly, at which his false teeth fell out of the window. So surprised was Engineer Bush by this dismal accident that he drove half a mile before he remembered to stop his locomotive. He reversed his speed then and traveled back to the scene of the sneezing. All the passengers on the train, as well as brakemen and conductors, helped him look for his synthetic molars. The search had been relinquished as futile. Engineer Bush was back in his cab and moving forward again when a great shout went up behind him. A local searching party had found his teeth. Amid cheers from the passengers and cries of "Shut your face," Engineer Bush put them back in his mouth, frowned, and resumed his nonchalant journey.
He frowned.
Man. Imagine that. You fucking look for a dude's teeth, and then when you find him, he's like, "Meh."
Fuck you, guy. Yeah, he's still mad
What a
about
ridiculous headline.
We went through all this trouble for you.
Next, in Milwaukee, one George Kinder began bowling in an alley. He bowled for 50 hours and 28 minutes. He bowled 362 games, 907 strikes. He lifted 53 tons of balls. Bowled an average score of 149 each game, beat the previous endurance bowling record by 31 hours, became world's marathon bowling champion.
He's just like, just one day, some fucking guy bowled for a week straight.
I wonder what happened at the beginning of that day for him.
He walked in on his wife cheating on him.
That's probably what it was.
He's like, I'm going to bowl till this feels good.
Yeah.
It took him 57 hours.
I'm going to bowl till I can't feel my fingers anymore.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's his Sigma male arc.
The next one says, change. At Haven Can, Oscar Fishburne paid a bushel of wheat for admission to a baseball game. He received half a bushel of oats and change. Bro, those are simpler times, man. Those are simpler times. A bushel of oat for a bushel of wheat.
That's fucking hilarious. I know it's also mad confusing because it's like, I'm giving you this so I can get into the game. Here are some oats. Why do I get the oats also? Yeah. You overpaid with your wheat. Okay, all right. Can't I just keep the overpaid wheat? No, you get oats. Yeah. This is a weird system we have to get into the fucking baseball game. Very fucking peculiar. I don't get it.
Holy shit.
I'm just gonna I'll go home. It's fine. Just give me my fucking wheat back.
I honestly didn't want to see this game anyways. Okay. The next one says crow. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, a group of domestic science teachers, doctors, and socialites ate crow at a formal dinner to prove that crow is good to eat. Local market price for crow, $1.50 a dozen.
Wait, what is that? Hold on. So it like worked? They were right?
I guess.
And now you can buy crow?
I don't know if you can buy it anymore, but I think
there was it worked for a while until everybody got bird flu or something.
Maybe that's where bird flu came from.
Blurred flu?
Blurred flu. Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah, I thought that's funny.
Crow is good. Watch, we'll eat it.
We're eating crow tonight, honey.
Next up says justice. In Los Angeles, federal judge Leon R. Yankich reviewed a patent suit between Herman Wrong and Luther Wright. He judged Wrong right. That's fucking stupid. All right, next advertisement. In Burlington, Harold Lyons reported no decrease in box office receipts after he advertised on his Cinemansion marquee, 2 features. Neither one is any good.
Yeah, it worked. It was a blowout. That's very funny.
No decrease in box office receipts.
Neither one is any good.
God damn.
We'll do both.
You ever see the advertisement outside of Fox's? It's like hundreds of beautiful women, 3 ugly ones.
Damn.
Jesus.
Name 3 sluts right now.
Name 3
sluts right now.
Damn. Now there you have it. There's hilarious headlines.
That's pretty funny, man. There's some pretty wacky ones in there.
Yeah, I want to find I want to find more. I want to go on and just find crazy ones.
I love the idea of a whale going to court. A dead whale carcass.
Dead whale carcass. Yeah, that's a funny one for sure.
Funny.
If you guys like what you're seeing, then please consider going to our Patreon and giving us your money. That way we can keep the lights on, we can keep the camera guy fed, and we'll really appreciate it. Thank you. Link in the description below.